Hello everyone, back again with Kingsman Studio. In this flick, today I'm going to recap one of the romantics and thriller flicks titled La La Land.
On a sunny morning in Los Angeles, Amelia Dolan Mia is stuck in traffic. Next to her car is the jazz pianist Sebastian Wilder Seb, who tunes into his favorite radio station. The traffic takes too long to decongest. The vehicle moves, while Mia takes a call and reads a script. Road rage starts when Seb beeps his horn repeatedly at her. Mia doesn't listen, so Seb overtakes her and gives her a sharp stare. Mia is insulted and glares at him. Mia works in a coffee shop, where hard work pays off when actors drop by to get coffee. One time, an actress gives a tip, and Mia can't hide her amusement. She dreams of being like her someday, and the script at the traffic earlier is for an audition. After a long day in the cafe, Mia gets off from work when her alarm rings. She has an audition that day, so she rushes outside. A customer accidentally spills coffee on her shirt. Mia let it pass to arrive on time at the venue. She hides her stained shirt with a blue coat on her turn to act. Mia is in the middle of a dramatic scene when the casting director stops her. She takes an important call, and Mia feels hopeless because it always happens during her failed auditions. Pissed off, Mia unzips her coat. She doesn't mind if someone sees her stained shirt. Mia jumps to bed after the long day. While Mia takes a shower, her friends barge through the door. They are all dressed for a lavish party in Hollywood Hills and invite her to go with them. Mia refuses because she hates social climbers scattered around the place. However, her friends insist. They say she may bump into someone who can jumpstart her dream career. Mia becomes motivated and agrees to join. Her friends choose a blue dress for her to grace the night. They arrive at the party in Mia's car. Inside, she mingles with other partygoers, and it becomes awkward. Men talk to her, but they are mostly perverts. Mia stays in the comfort room instead. She questions herself for not achieving her dream. She returns outside and looks around to see if someone can help her become an actress. However, they are all busy, and it makes her feel out of place. Mia decides to go home, but discovers her car has been towed. Mia leaves the party in disappointment. After a long walk, the beautiful melody of the piano catches her attention. She goes inside the bar to see who it is. Earlier that night, Seb stops by a mart to have a drink. He wonders if he has a career to look forward to. Laura, his sister, sneaks into his apartment. Laura is disappointed with how he doesn't take life seriously. Seb lives in a small apartment, with all his things unpacked from boxes. Laura calls him out because of this. His place doesn't look like a home anymore. He seems to live like a broken-hearted guy, with all his disappointment reflected around the unorganized apartment. She recommends he date someone to at least brighten up his mood. Seb refuses, unless the girl likes jazz like him. Laura meddles with the life he wants, and this upsets him. Seb explains he is in the middle of a crisis. He requests more time from her to reach the peak of success and become a successful pianist someday. Laura doesn't believe him and leaves a girl's contact number on his table. Seb closes the door after she leaves. He tells her she can't access the door next time because he will change the locks. Laura replies he can't even afford it. Seb throws the girl's contact number and heads to his piano. He wants to record himself playing jazz, like famous musicians. After that, Seb goes to the restaurant, where the owner invites him for a gig. He is instructed to play a set of songs, and not free jazz. Seb refuses and tells him that people don't care what he plays anyway. The owner says he cares what he plays, and it must not be jazz. Seb has no choice but to agree. He places a bill on the jar to invite the diners to tip him. The moment Seb hits notes of the classic Christmas songs, people notice his presence. His version of the playlist makes them feel alive on a cold night. However, Seb finishes 3 pieces but only receives a few tips. He looks around and sees everyone busy with their dates. They don't mind the song he plays. Because of this, he thinks they are bored and want to hear something new. Without the owner's permission, Seb plays jazz and inserts this after the Christmas songs. Moments pass by, and jazz is the only song Seb plays. He imagines himself in the middle of a concert. His jazz craze goes intense, and he seizes the moment to show his genre to his audience. It is the same time when Mia passes by the restaurant. She is amused by the melody, even though she hated jazz before. Without hesitation, she goes inside to see who plays the piano. It is a guy, and he looks like an expert. Soon after, the owner fires Seb for being disobedient. Seb asks for another chance, because the gig is only his income source. He promises to get back on the piano and play Christmas songs only. The owner gets irritated and doesn't listen to him. He has decided, and wishes him all the best for New Year. Mia witnesses all of this, and she feels bad for Seb. Mia compliments him, but Seb brushes her off. Throughout the winter, Mia auditions for different roles. Her hope to be an actress someday continues. Months after, Mia attends a pool party. Her friend ships her to a writer, Carlo, but he is not her type. Mia pretends to get some drink to escape him. There, the band's music catches her attention. Mia notices the keyboard player guy, and he looks familiar. He is the guy in the traffic and the one at the restaurant. After the band plays, they ask the crowd for their song suggestions. Mia raises her hand to request the Iran song. The lead singer grants her, and instructs Seb to start with the keyboards. Seb looks at Mia, whom he recognizes as the girl at the restaurant. Mia gives an evil grin at him. She seems hungry for revenge after he ignored her the last time. Seb glares at her, unhappy about the song she requested. Mia likes him pissed off and annoys him even more. During the band's break, Seb searches for Mia. She smiles at him with an insulting look. Seb confronts her for the Iran request. He is a serious musician, and the song doesn't suit him. Mia laughs because she doesn't consider him a musician. They exchanged arguments, but eventually likes each other's company. Seb and Mia get to know each other, but the band's vocalist calls Seb to continue the performance. The party is over, but the writer, Carlo, still talks to Mia. His vibe makes Mia bored. Seb passes them, and Mia grabs the opportunity to escape Carlo. She also asks Seb to get her car keys. Seb grants her request since they already know each other. Mia bids goodbye to Carlo and tells him she will go home with Seb. Mia and Seb walk to the street to search for their cars. Mia thanks him for saving her from the guy earlier. Seb replies he has no choice. Mia wonders why they always run into each other. Seb thinks it has a purpose, but Mia disagrees. Moments after, Mia panics because her car is nowhere to be found. Seb annoys her even more. He instructs her to place the keys near her chin to find the car easier. After a long walk, they reach a majestic view of the city lights. They sing and dance, but tell each other they wasted a lovely night. Suddenly, Mia's boyfriend, Greg, calls. They have a date tonight, but Mia forgets this. She promises to arrive at their meeting place sooner. Fortunately, they find Mia's car. Seb opens the door for her. Mia asks him if he wants a ride, but he refuses. Seb watches her leave until her vehicle is out of sight. Seb then walks more steps to reach his car, parked away from the party. The next day, Mia happily heads to work. She is in a good mood until a rude health-conscious customer wants a refund for the bread she ordered. She is on a gluten-free diet and is angry with Mia for serving her those. Mia calmly deals with her anger and assures her she will take care of the problem. The cafe owner tells Mia to work on Friday, which she refuses. She has an audition that day and already asked permission last time. Mia is surprised to see Seb at the cafe. She wonders why he came even when he lives far. Seb asks Mia when her shift ends. Mia tours him around her workplace. Out of nowhere, Seb asks about her boyfriend. Mia tells him they are already dating for months. Seb is delighted to hear this. Along the street, they happen to pass by a movie shoot. A staff warns them not to cross because the camera is about to roll. Mia shares how she loves to be an actress. Her passion for acting started with her aunt. She was an actress in a traveling theater company. Mia is from Nevada, and her aunt usually took her to a library's old movies section. They would watch movies together and then reenact some scenes in her room. From then on, she loved plays and wrote several scripts. The recent role she auditioned for was a lawyer, but she failed to get it. Seb suggests creating her own story, so she doesn't need to audition everywhere. She is a playwright, and he believes she can make an interesting one. Out of nowhere, Mia says she hates jazz. Seb is too stunned to speak. Mia, on the other hand, wonders why he stops walking. Seb takes her to a jazz club. Seb wants to teach her about jazz and how it is unique from others. For him, people who say they hate it don't know where it came from. Seb loves jazz, and he is hurt to hear someone who wants it to disappear from the history of music. Seb explains how hard the musicians go through to play jazz. After the band's performance, Seb stands up and applauds them. The band is flattered that at least one from the audience appreciates jazz. Jazz is slowly forgotten, and Seb aspires to build a jazz club where people can play whatever they want, as long as it's jazz. Shortly after, Mia receives a call. She rushes to Seb, delighted to share she got a call back from a TV show. Seb is happy and invites her for a movie night the next day. They part ways, and Seb strolls to the beach. He watches the majestic sunset view and the couple dancing against the lovely backdrop. Seb ponders if something awaits him in the city. It's been so long since he tried, but nothing happens. He hopes that in the end, he can also reach his dreams like Mia. Audition day comes, and Mia arrives early at the venue. She memorizes all her script, only to find out that the director stops her on the first line. He doesn't like her performance and rejects her for the role. Mia is disappointed and goes home. While in the car, she smiles as she recalls the movie date with Seb later. In the apartment, Mia prepares herself for the special night. Suddenly, her roommate tells her Greg is outside. It was only then she realized they also have a date tonight. Greg kisses her and informs her that his brother will arrive with his girlfriend, and it will be a double date. Greg receives a call from someone and tells Mia he will wait outside for her. Mia looks great in her emerald green dress. They arrive in a restaurant where she feels out of place because Greg talks about things she can't relate to. Meanwhile, Seb is already in the cinema and waiting for Mia outside. He wonders why she has not arrived because the movie is about to start. Mia gets bored as she tries to belong in the group. Suddenly, she hears a piano melody on the restaurant speaker, similar to what Seb played last time. She excuses herself and runs to see him. The movie starts, and the lights are off in the theater. Mia has difficulty locating Seb's chair, so she stands in front of the screen for him to see her. Seb sees her when light beams on her face. He is surprised because he thought she won't make it. Delighted, he gets excited to offer her a seat. Mia, on the other hand, feels more like herself whenever she's with him. Her eyes glitter when she sits next to him. Seb feels the same way but hides it from her. In the middle of the movie, Seb places his hand on his lap to make a move. Mia sees this and runs her hand to his. Seb and Mia smile the moment they hold each other's hands tightly. But the two pretend it is only a coincidence. Seb looks into her eyes and leans for a kiss. Mia does the same because she likes him. Suddenly, the light turns on due to a technical issue, and the romantic moment is interrupted. Mia then suggests to go somewhere after. Seb drives his car to the Griffith Observatory, as Mia recommends. They roam around the place and look at the different displays. Inside the observatory's auditorium, they watch the breathtaking view of the galaxy from the ceiling. Mia and Seb dance throughout the night. It was a wonderful evening, but they did not waste it this time. They share a first kiss under the celestial view. Days pass and Mia starts writing the one-woman show, as Seb suggests. Her friends tease her when Seb's car is outside. They have been dating after the night at the observatory. Mia smiles and feels butterflies, because Seb doesn't forget to pick her up every day. She rushes downstairs and hops to his car. Seb is delighted to see Mia and kisses her. It has been a routine for them to date every day and visits different tourist attractions. Their relationship flourishes and becomes stronger as time passes. They are partners and friends who do silly things around the city. They move in together, where Seb continues his gigs in the Lighthouse Club. Mia is fine with this and supports him, especially his love for jazz. One time at the club, Seb makes a spectacular performance with the band. Everyone dances to the lively music, including Mia, who proudly grooves for her boyfriend. Soon after the performance, Seb and Mia sit at their table and drink. Suddenly, a guy approaches Seb. It is Keith, his classmate and former bandmate. It has been years already before they meet again. Keith already has a band, but has no one on keyboard. He offers Seb a job to be their keyboard player. It's his chance to have a steady income, but he refuses. At home, Seb congratulates Mia for her one-woman show script. He believes it will be a big hit in the theaters. Mia, on the other hand, creates a logo for his future jazz bar she calls Seb's. Seb laughs at her design, but appreciates her effort. Mia asks him why he did not accept Keith's offer earlier. Seb does not disclose his reasons and hugs Mia instead. The next day, Mia's mom calls. She is curious if the playwright makes money. Mia replies she will eventually, because they pay her to write. Mia proudly shares about Seb, who regularly performs in a bar. However, her mom doubts he will make enough money for their future. Mia saves Seb and tells her mom that he will build a jazz club soon. Seb overhears this and pities himself. Her mom is right that he barely makes money. He can only provide the basic needs of Mia. Seb realizes it's time to work hard to take her to a decent apartment. Seb is forced to join Keith's band, The Messengers. Keith welcomes him and discusses their rules and how he will be paid. Seb agrees, desperate to make Mia's parents proud. During the rehearsal, Seb is uncomfortable with the band's pop style. He opens this up to Keith, but he only laughs at him. For Keith, it's useless to save jazz if no one listens. He frankly tells Seb that jazz dies because of people like him. Seb plays jazz even at Lighthouse, where teens usually go. Jazz is traditional, and it won't keep pace with popular songs. Keith advises him to forget jazz to be revolutionary like other musicians. Seb swallows his pride and accepts Keith's rude statements. Seb plays piano when Mia arrives. He sings a beautiful song, making her want a duet with him. Seb and Mia feel every lyric of the song, about their dreams in the city of stars. Days pass and Mia continues to work in the cafe and improves her script in her spare time. Seb, on the other hand, signs contracts for the upcoming major show of the band. He prepares the suits he will wear on their first band tour in Chicago. Mia remains in Los Angeles during his tour. She focuses on auditions and her show's script. Despite her busy schedule, she doesn't forget to watch the Messengers band on YouTube to have updates with Seb. Eventually, the band hits success, and Seb rarely goes home. The apartment is lonely with Mia alone. Seb usually returns late at night and sees her mess on the floor. The couple is too tired to talk to each other and falls asleep on opposite sides of the bed. Their sweetness fades, and they are conscious about this. While the Messengers begins their show, Mia fully supports Seb. She stands with the crowd to watch him. Seb, on the other hand, considers her his strength. Before the show starts, he looks at Mia to gather confidence. When the lights turn on, everyone screams, thrilled about the performance. In the middle of the concert, the crowd gets wild, and their whole force pushes Mia behind. The next day, Mia emails her script to popular persons in the industry. She hopes they will watch her solo play in the theater. Mia sends a voicemail to Seb, because she misses her so much. They rarely talk anymore after the band gained popularity. Mia feels bad about herself in Los Angeles, with an unsure career. Mia arrives home, surprised to see Seb in the romantic dinner he has prepared. He almost drops the dish after seeing her. It was supposed to be a surprise, and he did not expect her to arrive early. Mia runs and kisses him. She is teary at his sweet gesture. Seb asks her how the play is coming along. Mia tells him she is nervous that no one will watch it. Seb calms her down, as he motivates her to look ahead positively. He He apologizes for not spending time with her for the past months. Mia tells him it's fine. Anyway, they can bond after his tour. Seb replies it's impossible because, after the tour, they will record a song and then have other commitments. He suggests she should go abroad with him on their tours, so that they can spend more time together. She can also rehearse for her show there if she wants to. Mia refuses because the play will be in 2 weeks, and all her things are in Los Angeles. It will be stressful to bring those everywhere to follow him. Seb understands this. He is excited about the play and promises to watch it. All of a sudden, Mia's mood changes, especially about Seb's successful career. She may not say it, but she sounds unhappy with his success. Mia didn't expect the band to be successful. She questions Seb's choice to join the band, even if they don't play jazz. Mia convinces him to leave the group and follow his dream. Deep inside, she wants him to leave the band because his success makes her envious. Seb is insulted by her words. He joined the band because of her. He thought having a stable job will make her happy. Mia challenges him to build the jazz club instead. Seb refuses, since no one likes jazz, even though she doesn't like such music. He will continue his contract, because it's a steady job. To be in a band is mostly a guy's dream, and he will not waste such opportunity. Mia stresses it's not his dream to be in a pop band. Seb, in a loud voice, replies to her. It may not be his dream, but it's what most people love. He frankly asks her if she had a problem with him being in the band. She should have told him months ago, before he signed the contract. For him, it's time to grow and live a serious life, forget about dreams and pursue a career everyone likes. Mia questions him, concerned about being liked by others. Seb tells her to look at herself, because even aspiring actresses like her want to be loved by everyone. Mia realizes he's right and cries. She pities herself even more after hearing his words. Seb, on the other hand, is also in pain because it seems that she only likes him at his worst. He realizes the time when he barely made money was when Mia loved him. Because it was only in those moments she felt better about herself. Seb hurries to the oven because he burnt something. Meanwhile, Mia gets her things and leaves. The day of the play came. In the morning, Mia prepares all the props for the performance entitled So Long. On the same day, Seb is also on a hectic schedule, but makes sure he can attend the play. He is about to go home when Keith approaches him. Tonight is their band pictorial, and his presence is highly expected. Seb is surprised because he thought it would be on the next Thursday. Regardless, he agrees but feels worried for Mia. The show is about to start, and Mia breathes deeply. Lights from the audience are off, and she's unsure if the people she invited are all in. Going back to the photo shoot, it takes a while before the photographer gathers shots of everyone. Seb is pissed off because he instructs him to do different poses, especially the odd one. He bites his lips as instructed. Seb follows him for the shoot to run smoothly and faster. The photographer then tells him to play like a keyboardist. Seb freezes because he doesn't know if he will play the band's music or the jazz he loves. Meanwhile, Mia's performance ends when she turns off the lamp. The theater's lights are high, and she sees only a few people watching her show. Disappointed, she stays in the dressing room to hide from everyone. However, she can hear their comments on her play. Some suggest she should quit, while others think her one-woman show is boring. Mia is teary but has no one to cry with. Seb arrives, but he is too late. He knocks on the door and windows as he shouts Mia's name. Mia goes out the door and sees him. Seb apologizes for missing the show. Mia can't control the sadness she feels and cries. All her disappointment and embarrassment pile up, and she pushes Seb away. She is still brokenhearted from their talk at dinner the last time, and doesn't want to see him. Seb repeatedly apologizes, and asks her what he needs to do to make it up to her. Mia tells him everything is over, including her dreams and their relationship. Few people showed up earlier, and she couldn't pay for the theater. Seb has no choice but to watch her drive away. She will not go to their apartment, but to her hometown. After a long drive, Mia arrives in Nevada. Her parents are delighted to welcome her. Mia stays in her old room, where her dreams started. She has theater things and symbols displayed in her room. Mia is teary as she stares at those. After countless attempts at auditions, she gives up in the end. Meanwhile, Seb's popularity as a keyboard player helps him find gigs at times the band has no show. He performs at the wedding, and the romantic melody makes everyone dance. Seb misses Mia so much, but he needs to accept everything is over. The next day, Seb receives a call. It is early morning, and he is not in the mood to pick it up. However, the ring is too loud, and this bothers his sleep. He answers it, and it is from a lady looking for Mia. She has been trying to reach for her phone, but she is not picking up her calls. Someone suggested she should call him. Seb replies he has nothing to do with Mia, and they are not together anymore. The woman on the phone is persistent, and tells him that Jane, a prominent casting director, wants Mia to audition tomorrow. After he hears the word casting, Seb gets up and hurries to inform Mia. Seb has no idea where Mia lives in Boulder City. All he remembers is their home is located across the town's library. It's late at night, and Mia hears a loud noise from a car outside. The sound bothers the neighborhood, and some go out to check it. Mia looks out from the window, and it is Seb. He doesn't stop pressing the doorbell until he talks to her. An old neighbor gets irritated and throws something at Seb. Mia pities him and walks nearer. Seb tells her that the director of Amy Brandt casting was in the audience of her show, and she loves her performance. She liked it so much that she wants her to audition tomorrow for an upcoming movie. Mia is flattered, but refuses to do it. Seb shouts at her not to waste an opportunity. He threatens to scream again in the neighborhood if she doesn't accept the offer. Mia explains she is tired of auditioning because the director would laugh when she's about to cry, or someone would answer a call in the middle of her performance. For her, she is one of those people who have dreams, but is not meant to achieve those. Like what Seb said last time, people change their goals growing up, which is why he did not pursue jazz. Similarly, she accepts her destiny, which is to stay in Nevada for good, and continue her studies. Seb tells her not to act like a baby. He will pick her up tomorrow at 8 a.m., whether she likes it or not. The next day, Seb arrives at Mia's place. He looks at his watch, and it's past 8 a.m. Mia may have left already, so he steps on the engine. Mia stops him, saying she brought a coffee for them. Seb is glad to see her in a happy mood, and lets her in. He accompanies her to the audition, so she will not be scared. Mia's turn, so she goes into the room to meet Amy and Frank. The directors inform her the movie will be shot in Paris, and there is no script. They will build the character around the chosen actress. It will be a 3-month rehearsal, and 4 months of shoot. Mia is speechless, because she doesn't know what lines to use. The director instructs her to tell them a story about anything. Mia breathes deeply as she thinks of a potential topic. She recalls her aunt who visited Paris. Back when she was a kid, she used to tell her stories abroad. This includes her experience of being a stage actress. It's her longtime dream, and she earns it after countless audition attempts. Mia sings as she tells her aunt's story. She is her inspiration, but she died of alcoholism. Mia's performance was impromptu, but she gave her best. She imagines herself in a theater with all the lights focused on her. Seb asks her how the audition went. Mia replies that the casting directors will call her. However, she doubts if she will be accepted. Seb, on the other hand, is sure she will win the role. Mia smiles, touched by his support. She then asks him about their relationship status. Silence fills the air. Seb says she must focus on Paris, and he won't interrupt her. He believes she can win the role, and this will make her busy for almost a year. He plans to remain in Los Angeles, playing jazz if given a chance. It's only after that they should decide about their relationship. Mia is teary, but agrees with his decision. She tells Seb she will forever love him. Similarly, Seb replies he loves her too. 5 years later, Mia is already an actress, after winning the role in the movie in Paris. She regularly visits the cafe where she worked back then. This time, she is not the barista, but the actress who gives tips to them. Meanwhile, Seb still plays the piano but more of jazz. He returned home after a long day at work. Similarly, Mia goes home to see her family. She is married to a loving husband, and he is not Seb. She also has a little girl who enjoys art. Mia couldn't ask for more with her successful career and wonderful family. Meanwhile, Seb lives alone in his apartment. This time, his unit is spacious and well-lit. He sees posters of Mia around the town but ignores them. On the same night, Mia and her husband go out on a date. They are stuck in traffic, and Mia decides to go to the nearest restaurant. They will just eat in a nearby restaurant. What's important is that she spends time with him. After having dinner, a jazz melody catches Mia's attention. Her husband sees her reaction and invites her to visit the club to check it out. At the entrance, Mia is surprised to see the logo she made for Seb's future jazz club. It makes her curious if he is there. When Seb goes on stage, Mia realizes he is the club's owner. Seb notices her presence and says, "Welcome to Seb's." He doesn't look into her eyes, but plays their love theme melody on the piano that Mia loves the most. The people enjoy the romantic music. Seb and Mia imagine their life together if things had happened differently before. On their first encounter, Mia compliments Seb after he plays jazz. He does not ignore her but kisses her this time. Mia's career flourishes when the one-woman show with jam-packed audience becomes popular. Seb, on the other hand, refuses to join Keith's pop band and flies to Paris with Mia. While she is busy with the movie, Seb plays jazz in a restaurant. Eventually, they move in, and Mia gives birth to a baby boy. Seb becomes Mia's husband, and they get stuck in traffic. Seb pulls over to the club he owns nearby. They happily watch someone perform on the piano, and shares a passionate kiss. However, things didn't turn out as they dreamed it to be. They return to their senses when the crowd applauds Seb's performance. Even if Seb did not say a word, pain shows in his music. Mia can feel his emotions, and she can't stay longer at the place. She tells her husband that they should go home. At the door, Mia turns back to look at Seb for the last time. Their eyes meet, and they smile to acknowledge each other's presence.